What is up, Flick fans? Welcome back to my channel. If you're following along with the Oscar race, things are changing, it seems like, by the hour. Today we're going to talk about the winners of this year's BAFTA Awards ceremony. If you don't know what BAFTA stands for, British Academy of Film and Television Arts. This is one of those ceremonies that sometimes we can look to and say the shift started or stopped here. It's not the end-all be-all like most of these awards, but it's always a great ceremony to go to and kind of confirm ideas that we already had, or look at the Best Actors category and say, I don't know what's going to happen. I was honestly on my way home throughout most of the awards ceremony today, so I got the notifications as they came in. Haven't really had time to process. We're going to do that live in this video as I go through each winner, talk about what it means. It's not going to take too long, but if you guys like these awards videos, drop your thumbs up down below. I'm thinking about doing a reaction to the Oscars. Would you be interested in something like that? But we're not talking about the Oscars, so let's get in the BAFTAs. We're going to start with some of the winners from yesterday's ceremony because they split it into 2 days and work our way up. We have some of the more random ones like British Short Film and the EE Rising Star Award, but we're actually going to start with Tenet winning special effects. Now, this category, in my opinion, still isn't set in stone because we have seen the Midnight Sky bring home a few of these visual effects awards, and I think that's who it comes down to. We know a movie like Greyhound, we know a movie like Mulan, all of these visual effects were pretty spectacular, but Tenet and the Midnight Sky are the two that we're looking at when it comes to the Oscars. Not a shock at all within this ceremony. And it's nice to see Tenet finally get its due because, you know, getting snubbed for Best Score at the Oscars is still kind of, it's irking me a little bit, but winning visual effects here is definitely nice. Then we go to the sound category, or what we like to call the Sound of Metal category, because this is about as confirmed as we could imagine. Congratulations, Soul, Nomadland, News of the World, Greyhound for playing, but it's going to go to Sound of Metal. We all know it at this point. It seems like every single award ceremony, and no change with the BAFTAs. So let's move into our next category, or categories, and that is makeup and hair and costume design. And Ma Rainey's Black Bottom being, I believe, a solid frontrunner for both of these at the Oscar ceremony. But I will say, look out for Hillbilly Elegy because I still partially believe it could take makeup and hair at the Oscars. But as for the BAFTA ceremony itself, it looks like Ma Rainey had a pretty tight hold on both of these, and really overall on both of these. It's also interesting seeing movies like Ammonite and The Dig, some films that did not make their ways to the actual Oscar ceremony. The next two awards of the night were Mank for production design and Sound of Metal for editing. Let's go ahead and look at the nominations for production design. And this is another one that I'm about to kind of set in stone. Mank winning production design at the Oscars because it has been my prediction all along, and just to see victory after victory, that's kind of confirming it to me. And then editing. This one's a big one, because we can look at a film like The Trial of Chicago 7, and a lot of people have been saying that film is kind of the front runner. But Sound of Metal, I mean, really, a lot of these technical awards, Sound of Metal is rocking right now. And my personal pick would be The Father. I think the editing in The Father is partially what makes that film so brilliant. But do not look past Sound of Metal when it comes to the sound editing Oscar, because at this point, it could really be 2 to 3 films taking home that award. One thing I love about the BAFTAs is they actually have a casting award. So our nominees were Rocks, Promising Young Woman, Minari, Judas and the Black Messiah, and Calm with Horses. By the way, Calm with Horses, a big showing at this year's BAFTA ceremony. And it is the British Academy of Film and Television Arts. You're going to see more British films make their ways, at least in the nominations. You don't normally see them win as often, but Calm with Horses is one of my absolute favorite movies of last year. It isn't like my top 20, 25. I thought it was wonderful in its construction, so it's nice to see it nominated. Rocks is actually a film that I didn't see, so I can't really speak upon the casting, but very interesting to see it take down a movie like Minari, Promising Young Woman, and Judas and the Black Messiah. Then we have cinematography, and at this point, what is going to stop Nomadland? I don't think anything. I mean, Nomadland kind of carrying over from award ceremony to award ceremony, and it takes another one in the BAFTAs, and I think this film is bound for numerous Oscars. I think cinematography is one of those that you can kind of count on at the end of the day. Original score Well, at least Tenet got nominated here, right? No, they didn't get nominated here either. So we have News of the World, Promising Young Woman, Minari, Mank, and the winner, which is Soul. Just another confirmation, at least for me, that Soul is going to take home the victory at the Oscars. But a beautiful score, one of my absolute favorites of last year. It deserves to win this award, and I think for the Oscars at least, it's going to win this award, but nice to see it take home the BAFTA. It definitely deserves it. Another one we're going to be able to set in stone, and not that the nominees were the same as the Oscars. Obviously, first of all, huge fan of Barry Coogan. Huge fan. Ever since, back as far as American Animals, I've known that this guy is incredible. He's going to be in some big-time films coming up over the next couple of years, so be on the lookout. But Leslie Odom Jr., maybe Paul Raci. I'm so glad he got the Oscar nomination and this nomination, but again, it's Daniel Kaluuya. I've never seen a category just be so easy to predict in terms of the actors and directors categories. This one is, it's guaranteed. It is guaranteed. If this doesn't happen, I don't know what I'll do, but if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be shocked. All right, let's move into supporting actress, and this is the one for me. All right, so if Maria Bakalova would have swept in and won this specific award, right, because she had a little run at the beginning, and then we got Yoo Jung-yoon as our winner more recently, and that kind of started to turn the tides a bit, and I said it's according on what happens at the BAFTAs, because we have both of our Oscar nominees nominated, the two at least that I was between, but who's it going to be? And Yoo Jung-yoon wins again for Minari. I'm going to go ahead and give you my prediction early, even though this is not my predictions video. I think she's going to win the Oscar. And I think Minari is actually going to show up a bit more than people expect. But overall, so thrilled with this. Listen, Bakalova was really good. And some of the other nominees, great as well. Neem Algar, I believe, Calm with Horses. She was incredible. Dominique Fishback, yes, I love seeing that. So a great category overall. But Yoo Jung-yoon, just come on. How do you go wrong with her? You can't. Here is another just, oh my goodness. I still don't think this shifts the Oscars. I still don't think it does. Because Chadwick, it's not, back and forth and Anthony this award ceremony, Chadwick this award. It's been all Chadwick. It's been all Chadwick up until this point. So one victory, right? We have to look at it in the grand scheme of things. One victory is not going to sway me entirely, but oh my goodness, Anthony Hopkins coming in and winning an award. I wanted him to win at least one, so I'm really happy. Again, Riz Ahmed, incredible. And really, seeing Mikkelsen in there is the biggest thrill for me because you guys know, another round, tied for my favorite movie of last year, absolutely incredible. Anthony Hopkins would be my personal choice, taking nothing away from Chadwick because we know how good he is, and I still think he wins the Oscar. But to see Anthony Hopkins win this, at least kind of puts a little bit of a, okay, I'm still confident, but maybe not as confident. But still confident. But maybe not as confident. But okay. Leading actress. Here we go. So, a lot of people on Twitter are saying if Carey Mulligan would have been nominated and she would have won, then it would have been like, oh, great, Carey Mulligan. But she wasn't even nominated. And neither was Day. So we've got two of the Oscar nominees just not even nominated within this awards. And the way that the nominees are selected are apparently like an entirely different process than the actual winners here. So I wasn't as like, oh, Carey Mulligan not being nominated takes away from her chances. I don't think that's the case, right? What makes me even more confused is the fact that we have Frances McDormand. Oh, and Viola Davis. So 3 of the 5. Yeah. So Frances McDormand winning for Nomadland. And Nomadland racked up, all right, this award ceremony. And they're going to rack up the Oscars. But we've had a huge win from Viola Davis, a huge win from Carey Mulligan. Actually, maybe 2 huge wins, right, for Carey Mulligan. And then now a huge win for Frances McDormand. And then we've had Day winning the Golden Globe. So the only one so far that's just kind of out of the running at all, in my opinion, is Vanessa Kirby, even though she may even be my personal favorite in this category. This is one, you're going to ask for my insight. Austin, do you have insight? First of all, any insight I have, I don't consider myself the expert, right? But I'm usually trying to put some pieces together. I have nothing here. I've got nothing. I will continue to have nothing. I'm so sorry, but with McDormand winning here, it's now just this huge four-way, I mean, technically five-way, but this huge race, and I don't know who the front runner is. So I'll make my decision before my predictions, but adapted screenplay and Nomadland, The White Tiger, The Father kind of being your Oscar players here. So for the BAFTAs, I was between Nomadland and The Father, but I thought because Nomadland is just constantly and consistently, and you get a win from The Father. Now, unlike Hopkins' win over Boseman, it's been all Boseman so far. This one is, in my opinion, a bit more up in the air, adapted screenplay. I do think The Father maybe has more of an opportunity than people thought. I don't see it going to The Father. I am probably going to predict Nomadland, spoilers, but there's a film that's going to come in and beat it. I don't think it's going to be Borat or The White Tiger. I mean, it has to be The Father, right? And how awesome would that be? I mean, obviously, Nomadland's probably going to get Best Picture, so to see The Father get its Oscar somewhere, and I believe screenplay, I mean, it's absolutely one of the best screenplays of last year. It would be amazing to see. So, well-deserved win here, absolutely. But it does, I guess, slightly shake things up in the Oscar race. Original screenplay, and this was crazy to see as well because, for a long time, it was Trial of Chicago 7, just kind of on top of the world. Also great to see another round in there. Again, that film getting love. But Mank and Trial and Rock, but no, it's Promising Young Woman. And at this point, I think Promising Young Woman may be coming for that Oscar. It's not confirmed. Again, you can't look past Sorkin, but oh my goodness, absolutely insane to see that. So a huge win for Promising Young Woman there. Then we go to the Chloe Zhao category, a.k.a. director. And come on, I mean, we knew if there was like a big upset or something and Thomas Vinterberg won here, then I'd be like, at least it's something. But yet again, we have Chloe Zhao winning. So the Oscar is hers for director, no doubt in my mind. And a huge congratulations to her. Animated film, Soul. Yeah, again, I mean, we only had 3 nominees. We know Soul's going to win there. Documentary, My Octopus Teacher. And, there are a few things that we'll have to factor in when it comes to the Oscar nominations, but My Octopus Teacher is one that I'm hearing more and more and more about, and everybody's kind of talking about it again. It's circling back around, so I would not be shocked at all. Even though voting's already over with for the Oscars, wouldn't be shocked at all if that wins the Oscar. Then we have film not in the English language, and here's what a shocker this was for me. Minari is in the category. And usually when Minari's in the category and then we have another round, it's like, oh, well, another round's going to win the Oscar. But Minari's going to win here. Minari did not beat another round this time around. It was another round. And Vinterberg is just a well-beloved director for good reason. But man, I just love seeing it take home any victory because how good that film is. This is great. This is a very different category. Outstanding debut by a British writer, director, or producer. And you have Saint Maud in there, which is great. A couple of films that I haven't seen. And then His House. I'm actually, well, I guess not entirely because His House did make a big splash, especially on Netflix. A little shocked it beat Saint Maud, but huge congrats to Remy Weeks, I believe. Awesome experience watching this movie. Very well directed and a very cool category at the end of the day. And then we have our final 2 categories here. We have Outstanding British Film and your winner, Promising Young Woman. And look who it is. This is, I'm in the middle of doing a video here, pal. What's going on? It's my boy, Buddy. He's, he normally doesn't come in here when I'm filming, so this is different. This is different. What's up, bud? Yeah, this is a great category, Outstanding British Film and Promising Young Woman. I would say Promising Young Woman is the best movie, and it's just kind of another push for that movie doing something more at the Oscars than a lot of people expect, and I think it's well-deserved. It's a great film. And then, obviously, the final category, Best Film. And you look at the nominees, and we're kind of going right down Oscar alley, other than The Mauritanian, which was a huge player in a lot of these categories at the BAFTAs. But another confirmation that Nomadland is the frontrunner for the Oscars. And it's really hard to see another movie taking it out. Even Trial of Chicago 7, even Promising Young Woman, Minari, which could end up making a huge splash. This is just one of those films. And it's unexpected, right? Because normally I don't know if Nomadland would be leading the charge like this. It just doesn't feel like a movie that easily wins Best Picture. Not a knock on the film. I think the film's really good. But it's the clear frontrunner. And after this victory, it's just another solid confirmation. It's going to be my choice. It's going to be my vote for Best Picture. And while it's not a lock, I do think it's maybe more of a lock than even we anticipated a month back. So Nomadland looking really good when it comes to the Oscars. Sorry, I'm holding Buddy. Buddy, say something. Say hello. Say hi. Say hi for the camera. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know, did you guys watch the BAFTAs? How was the ceremony itself? Were some of these awards and victories shocking? I mean, especially the Anthony Hopkins victory. I was a little like, okay. And then Best Actress, I have no clue what to select for that when it comes to the Oscars. But congratulations to all of the winners. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you like these kinds of videos, let me know. Drop a thumbs up. I love covering awards season and talking about these various ceremonies. It's very different than other things I do on this channel, but I really do have a good time. So appreciate it big time. Come back. More videos this week. Still got that Harry Potter tier list. I'm working on it. All right. It's a little late. I'll see you soon.